the Enchanted Mirror. When Hanan and her family moved to their new home in the countryside, she was happy to be away from the noise of the city. The house was large, built over 100 years ago, with a vast garden filled with old trees. Everything seemed perfect, even the attic. On her first day, Hanan felt a strange urge to explore the attic. She climbed the creaky wooden stairs to find an old wooden door at the end of the hallway. Slowly, she pushed the door open, and a cold, ancient breeze rushed out. The room was filled with dusty old boxes and forgotten pieces of furniture in the corners. But what caught her eye was something lurking in a dark corner, an old mirror with a decorative golden frame covered in dust. Hanan approached it cautiously and wiped the dust off its surface. Immediately, she felt a shiver run down her spine, as if something in the mirror was alive and waiting. The reflection was strange. It wasn't just her image, but there was an invisible sense that something else was watching her. Hanan couldn't shake this feeling. The closer she got to the mirror, the more it seemed like she saw incomprehensible scenes flashing across its surface. That night she couldn't sleep, and thoughts of the mirror haunted her. The next night, she decided to return to the attic and seek answers. When she stood before the mirror again, she saw a clear image. A dark room, a woman in an old dress talking to someone, but the man she was speaking to was not clear. Suddenly, the scene changed, and the same man appeared, approaching her with a knife in his hand. Blood flowed and screams pierced her mind, even though the room was completely quiet. Hanan stepped back from the mirror, terrified. Was what she saw real? Were these events part of the house's past? She couldn't resist the urge to know more. The next day, she searched local archives for the history of the house. What she discovered was shocking. Over 50 years ago, a brutal murder occurred in this house. Mrs. Mariam, who lived here with her husband, was brutally killed by her servant, but her body was never found, and the mystery of her disappearance remained unsolved. As days passed, Hanan became more connected to the mirror. Every night she saw different scenes from Mariam's life, from her marriage to the moments of her tragic end. But the deeper she delved into the mirror, the more she sensed that something strange was happening to her. She began to hear voices at night, things moving around her inexplicably, and her reflection in the mirror sometimes appeared distorted. One night, while gazing into the mirror, she felt something different. Her reflection didn't move with her. Instead, it wore a sinister smile. Suddenly, a hand reached out of the mirror, trying to pull her inside. Hanan felt terror, but she managed to escape at the last moment. She realized that the mirror was not just a gateway to the past, it was a trap. Mariam was not as innocent as Hanan had initially thought. She discovered that Mariam was a witch who used her powers to summon a dark entity that haunted the house. Hanan decided to put an end to this horror. She took the enchanted mirror and threw it from the attic, shattering the glass. Hanan felt relief, as if a heavy weight had lifted from the room, and the mysterious sounds faded away. But the next night, as Hanan passed by the broken mirror, she saw in the scattered shards a different reflection. It was Mariam, smiling at her. Please subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Press the like button, share the story with your friends, and leave a comment.